Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. There is a lot of unrest happening all the time, especially since Awami Gandapur's resignation. This has led to a political earthquake in the country, and right now, there is a lot of uncertainty in the political atmosphere. So, as I am vlogging at the moment, it's midnight. And even at this hour, there were reports circulating that something might happen. Maybe a new chief minister might be elected in the night. However, there was an important meeting where different options were being discussed. I'll update you on what PTI is talking about right now and what options the government has. The DG ISPR briefing from today is being discussed a lot, and there has been a significant reaction to it. I'll also update you on the current situation. Also, the TLP, or Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan, has started a protest march, and despite efforts to stop it, we will give you updates on that as well. There is a lot to cover in this vlog, so I request you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's start with why the night has become so significant. The situation is that when PTI realized that the election of a new chief minister was being obstructed, efforts began to disrupt the process, particularly to prevent Sohail Afridi, the nominee for chief minister, from taking office. The governor, especially Faisal Karim Kundi, is playing a central role in these efforts. He has met with leaders of the ANP, Awami National Party, Maulana Fazlur Rahman, and also members of the PPP, Pakistan People's Party, and PMLN, Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz. The purpose of these meetings is clear: to find ways to disrupt the process and prevent the election of Sohail Afridi as chief minister. It's evident that PTI is aware that it might not be easy for the new chief minister to be elected. So, they began working on their own options. And news began circulating at night that Speaker Babar Salim Swati would convene a session of the KP, or Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Assembly tonight, and voting would take place to elect Sohail Afridi as the new chief minister. This idea was constitutionally odd, as elections for chief minister generally don't take place so quickly. Usually there's a gap where nominations are submitted. The opposition presents their candidate, and the government presents theirs. There is some time given for this process, followed by a special session for voting. So, it didn't seem plausible that an election would happen within minutes. But despite the confusion, PTI members and the speaker were all present at the assembly, and the situation was being assessed. At one point, it was believed that the election would happen tonight, and people started heading towards the assembly. However, the reality was different, and reports later surfaced that legal issues were involved. To address these concerns, Salman Akram Raja was called in to discuss the legal matters. Now, let's take a look at what options PTI has. First, there is the issue of Awami Gandapur's resignation. The governor is saying he hasn't received it, implying that he doesn't accept it. Some lawyers associated with Maulana Fazlur Rahman, like Kamran Murtaza, are also claiming that no resignation was submitted at all, calling it a drama. However, PTI does have the receipt for the resignation, and they've been sharing it publicly. To proceed with PTI's plan for Sohail Afridi's election, one option being considered is that Awami Gandapur could submit another resignation in person. Another option is for a vote of no confidence against their own chief minister. If this happens, it would take some time because usually, when a no confidence motion is submitted, it takes a few days before the vote happens. If the governor accepts the resignation immediately, then the speaker could call a session the next day, and a new chief minister could be elected. But with all the obstacles being put in place, that doesn't seem likely. Another option being discussed is the possibility of street protests. PTI has issued alerts to its workers, particularly from the leadership of Junaid Akbar Khan and Irfan Salim in Peshawar. They've been told to be prepared for any situation, and if any disruptive actions are taken, PTI will organize strong protests on the streets. There are several options PTI is considering, and the final plan is expected to be revealed at a press conference around 12 p.m. Now, let's turn to the government side and what options the opposition has in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The first option for the opposition is to elect their own chief minister. They are trying to gather members, but honestly, they currently only have 52 members. So, they are attempting to break PTI members, but so far, not a single PTI member is willing to switch sides. This is a major obstacle for them. The second option is to implement governor's rule if they cannot elect their own chief minister. Both options, forming a new government, or using governor's rule are being considered. But in my opinion, either of these actions could backfire and harm both the opposition and the country. If a government with no clear mandate is imposed through governor's rule, it could lead to a situation where public opinion turns against it. People in the province are not happy with the current military operations, and the opposition would face major backlash. If the provincial government is removed and the direct control is handed over to the center, it would create a political instability. People already have strong opinions about the operations in the region, and without a buffer, the situation could escalate. There are many challenges in this situation, and both the opposition and the government are considering different strategies. The final decision will likely have far-reaching consequences. Finally, let's talk about the issue with Sohail Afridi and why he is such a major concern for the opposition. Sohail Afridi is known for his strong commitment to Imran Khan. In fact, local journalist Liaquat Ali from Peshawar stated that Sohail Afridi is so devoted to Imran Khan that if Imran Khan asked him to jump off a fifth-floor building, he would do so without a second thought. This kind of loyalty is troubling for those who want to stop him from becoming the chief minister. Sohail Afridi also hails from a region where military operations are ongoing, and his views are in line with those of Imran Khan. He's not just following Imran Khan's lead, but he likely shares similar thoughts on the situation. This makes him a strong, committed figure in the eyes of PTI, but also a threat to those who want to prevent him from taking office. There are reports that attempts were made to contact him and negotiate, but he responded by saying that he would first meet with his leader, Imran Khan, before making any decisions about meeting others. This response has raised concerns, as it shows that Sohail Afridi is firm in his loyalty to Imran Khan. These are some of the major issues and challenges PTI and the opposition are facing. PTI, for the first time in a long while, appears united, and the resignation of Ali Amin Gandapur and the nomination of Sohail Afridi have caused a significant shift in the party dynamics. The opposition is struggling to form a government, and both sides are preparing for major decisions that could change the political landscape in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. In many things, there was no mutual support. The provincial government was on one side, and the organization was on another, so it was a strange situation, and a sort of mixed-up scenario was unfolding, with the workers being totally disappointed. In such a situation, with the announcement of the new chief minister's election, miraculously, everyone became united. The enthusiasm and passion returned, and everyone was even happier, because a middle-class worker had been selected by Imran Khan. So, the excitement among everyone increased even more. And then, when the regime started opposing it, saying that they wouldn't let it happen, that opposition further fueled the passion among the people to ensure that they would make it happen. Now, at this moment, a completely new form of PTI is emerging. Their social media, which had been totally divided, with members grabbing each other by the collars, now it looks like they were on the brink of tearing each other apart. The infighting had escalated that much, but now, they are all united on the same page, fully supporting the nominated chief minister and actively responding to the opposition. So, right now, you are seeing PTI as a completely united PTI. It is a PTI filled with passion and zeal, and also an aggressive PTI, showing a totally different demeanor and form. This chaotic situation has certainly benefited PTI to a certain extent. Now, moving beyond this, Ali Amin Gandapur also deserves praise, in my opinion. He returned to Dera Ismail Khan today, where he was given a warm welcome. I believe the last good thing Ali Amin Gandapur did was that he accepted Imran Khan's decision without any argument or hesitation. And for that reason, he regained his respect and saved his political career. Today, you can see his convoy. He received a lot of respect and was given a grand welcome. This step he took led to a lot of people welcoming him there. Otherwise, just a week ago, these same workers were showing him shoes. But today, he is being garlanded with flowers, and flower petals are being showered on him, all because he stood by Imran Khan. Had he joined the opposition, he could have caused a lot of trouble, but he didn't do that, so at least here he showed loyalty to Imran Khan. It can now be said that before this, in many matters, when he didn't agree with Imran Khan's decisions, it is possible that he was trying to resolve things in his own way, or was unable to do so, whatever you may say. But in the end, he followed through just as Imran Khan had instructed. Now, A sad piece of news came from Dera Ismail Khan today. Terrorists attacked the police training center there, and it appears there has been significant loss of life. The official figures haven't been released yet, but it's been reported that many police officers were martyred. As I said earlier, on a daily basis, the security personnel are being martyred, and it's a very painful situation. Clearly, every Pakistani feels the pain when they see our soldiers, police officers, and personnel being martyred while fighting terrorists. They are one of our own, and when they are dying in such numbers, 8 to 10 every day, it puts everyone in a state of grief. This is a very distressing situation. On the other hand, today there was a big debate about who brought the Taliban back. DG ISPR, or Director General of Inter-Services Public Relations, raised this issue and placed full responsibility on one person, claiming it was Imran Khan. However, this is a different matter from the facts. In Pakistan, a single person cannot make decisions on their own. We know that the establishment always plays a role and holds power. Even if we assume for a moment that this was Imran Khan's wish, he could never have implemented it without the support of General Faiz Hamid and General Bajwa. It's a different matter as to what Imran Khan's wishes were. Many things have now come to light, and it's clear that the Afghan government initiated this move to bring back the TTP, or Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan, and settle them somewhere. General Bajwa had stated that they could do it, and that it should be done. Then, the political leadership was also briefed about it. Initially, this happened during Imran Khan's tenure, but no conclusions were reached. Afterward, the government changed, and the PDM, or Pakistan Democratic Movement, came into power. During the PDM's tenure, talks on this matter continued. Now, interestingly, before this, there wasn't much discussion on this topic, but today, since DG ISPR raised it, everyone is digging up old clips where Rana Sanaullah himself mentioned in an interview with Hamid Mir that they had brought the Taliban back. Maryam Aurangzeb has also held a press conference about this, and many newspapers have been quoted. There are a lot of available references, and many witnesses from that time are now coming forward. Fawad Chaudhry and Shireen Mazari also tweeted about it. Mohsin Dawar said that if this is true, the minutes or video recordings of those meetings should be made public so everyone would know who decided what. So, a lot of things have now come to the surface. Today, Murad Saeed also made a lengthy tweet in response to DG ISPR's comments. He provided detailed answers, explaining that first, DG ISPR acknowledged that the Taliban were brought back deliberately and settled in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He also provided a timeline of events, saying that negotiations failed in October, followed by efforts to resolve the issue, and the Prime Minister rejected the plan. Later, the PDM government was briefed about it. He also mentioned that a delegation was sent, but it raised suspicions. In August 2022, the process of bringing the Taliban back began. Murad Saeed raised his voice against it and was told to stay out of it. Then, when he voiced his opposition publicly, he received calls asking him to stop protesting. In the end, the situation became clear, and he found that the plan to bring the Taliban was carried out with full intent. Now, on to another matter. TLP, or Tehrik-e-Labbaik Pakistan, has initiated their own protest, creating a difficult situation for the government. Unlike their usual 1 or 2 day protests, they've stated they will reach Islamabad in 7 to 8 days. The question now is, if TLP keeps the government in this state of turmoil for the next several days, can the government continue to handle the shutdown of the twin cities, Islamabad and Rawalpindi, like this? Will people continue to suffer due to roadblocks and mobile phone restrictions? Today, a heartbreaking video was seen of a father carrying his child on foot to the hospital due to road restrictions. The general public is suffering as a result of this ongoing situation. This is a matter that has created a lot of inconvenience for people, especially with the heavy-handed tactics of the security forces. People are confused about what the real purpose of this protest is. If TLP is protesting in solidarity with Palestine, it might make sense, but they've started protesting at a time when peace agreements are being made in Gaza. So, the hidden purpose of this protest is unclear. These are the questions that remain unanswered. However, the key concern right now is the excessive use of power by the authorities, which is affecting the daily lives of common people, and it should be avoided. The authorities should be careful about the disruption caused to ordinary people's lives, which is creating a very distressing situation. Let's see how this situation unfolds, but for now, TLP is on the streets, and we will soon know what happens next. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share, and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.